What's up again, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the super random guy, and we are now doing episode 4 of season 7. This one's called The Old Bridge. And like I said, we'll be seeing the narrow gauge engines in this episode, so hopefully you're going to enjoy it a lot. Get the greatness, have the amazing happy times, and let's get the things rolling here, everybody. You already know how the things go here now. Yeah. Woo, yeah, mans. Keeping it rolling all these days and nights, everybody. Yeah. Woo.
Rheneas and Skarloey work on the most beautiful line on the island of Sodor. They love to puff through the forests and over the rivers. An old bridge crosses one of the rivers. Some of its beams were rotten and had now been damaged by a storm. Skarloey chuffed happily along. He didn't see the broken rail until it was too late. He dangled dangerously above the water. Help! But Rheneas soon pulled him to safety. A few days later, the Fat Controller came to the shed. The old bridge has been mended. The workers' trucks have been left there. Skarloey, I need you to collect them. Yes, sir, chuffed Skarloey. But he didn't want to go on the bridge again.
Now, this is an episode that a lot of people actually hate about in this season just because, like I kind of talked about in season 6 before, like they just like changed Skarloey's character a lot. Because, all the way back in season 4, he's like just a super old, like, train, kind of like Edward in a way. Him and Edward were like, like they were like both very old trains. But, in this season, they decided to make Skarloey younger for some reason. So that's why, everyone like hates like the narrow gauge engine. I mean, like, the narrow gauge engine episodes that, are in season 7 because they just changed Skarloey's character a lot. They just decided to make him younger for some reason. So I'm not really sure why they changed his character, to be honest. But they ended up doing it. So now he's a super young, nervous, just like scared train instead of just being, like determined and full of experience and old like how he was all the way back in season 4 and season 5. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, how they just like changed his personality and character from, in this season all the way. They changed it like three season, 3 seasons from, how he actually used to be, pretty much. But in my opinion, I kind of, like, I agree with the people, that say that they hate this episode. They have Skarloey in it and everything. I kind of think that they should have used Peter Sam in this episode, to be honest with you. So I agree with everybody that says that they hate this episode. But we're just going to continue on here.
When Skarloey arrived, he saw the trucks on the other side. He started to cross, but stopped. He looked down into the rushing water. Skarloey was scared. He remembered what had happened before. Come on, Skarloey, called his driver. The bridge is safe now. But Skarloey wouldn't cross the bridge. And he and his driver went home instead. We'll pick up the trucks, said Rheneas's driver. But if you don't cross the bridge soon, said Rheneas, the Fat Controller will be cross. Now Rheneas had to take Skarloey's load as well as his own. Each morning he collected the trucks, puffing across the bridge with his heavy load. Finally, the Fat Controller came to see Skarloey. If you won't cross the old bridge, you must stay here and shunt trucks. I can't have engines that won't do as they're told. Sorry, sir, said Skarloey sadly. The next morning, Rheneas took Skarloey's heavy trucks as usual.
You can just tell, like the way that he's acting, that this episode should have been given to Peter Sam instead of Skarloey, because, if it was Skarloey from season 4, he wouldn't be, this worried and anxious about a really old bridge, to be honest. But I'm not really sure why they made him like be the main character of this episode, because it doesn't really fit his older personality. But I don't know. I guess they just they just wanted to make some of the older trains be younger and stuff, so they can just get the kids more excited about watching the show. I guess I have no idea. But let's just continue on here.
Then he puffed and heaved through the countryside towards the bridge. He puffed so hard that he ran out of water. Bother! The yard manager spread the news. Rheneas has broken down. We must go and help him, he said bravely. They set off immediately. Skarloey was scared but determined. He rolled slowly up to the edge. The bridge creaked loudly. The river seemed deeper than ever.
You can kind of understand a little bit of what Skarloey is thinking, just because the first time he ever crossed the bridge, he almost fell off it. So it's kind of a little understandable, that's why he doesn't want to cross it ever again, because he doesn't want to fall off, because he almost fell off it like the first time he crossed it. But still, like I said, they should have definitely given this, episode to Peter Sam instead of him, because, it just doesn't really work with Skarloey that much, especially, like I said, because he used to be a very old, determined, train, like all the way back in season 4. So it just doesn't really, this episode doesn't really suit him a lot, in my opinion. But I don't know. Like I said, I guess they just wanted to change his character up a little bit, because they wanted to make the show a little bit more interesting to the kids, I guess. I have no idea. But yeah, we're just going to continue on here.
I must rescue my friend, whispered Skarloey. He chuffed slowly onto the bridge. The bridge groaned as he rolled forward, but Skarloey puffed on. Finally, his driver coupled up and pulled Rheneas to safety. Thank you, said Rheneas. You were very brave to help me. Skarloey is no longer afraid of the bridge and loves his journeys more than ever.
So that was episode 4 of season 7, The Old Bridge. Yeah, like I said, it's just kind of weird how they ended up just changing Skarloey's character. A lot of people on YouTube have actually talked about this and discussed it, because a lot of people just really like Skarloey. He's just like one of their favorite Thomas characters. So it just it makes when they see that they changed his personality all the way over here in season 7. It just it kind of angers them. And it gets them all, it gets them all kind of in a, bad mood a little bit, because they care about the character, and they thought that his stories were so interesting in season 4, And now you know they just because it's a different season, they just decide to change his character like just like so much, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like a lot. They change his character a lot. You know what I mean? So it just like aggravates them because they have to witness the cool Scarlowe amazingness from season 4, and not like the kind of stupid little baby Scarlowe who just like gets scared and worried about everything. Kind of like Percy in a way, and also like Peter Sam. So that's why I said that this episode would have been a lot more suited to have Peter Sam be the main character instead of Scarlowe. But yeah, that was episode 4, everybody. We're gonna keep it rolling. You already know that things go here. Next week we'll be doing episodes 5 and 6. So hopefully you'll enjoy it a lot. Get the greatness, have the amazing happy times whenever every single chance you can get. And we will see you all in the next episode. Or the next 2 episodes, I mean, next week, everybody. Yeah, yeah. Woo. Yeah, mans. Keep it rolling now every single day, everybody. Yeah, yeah. Keep it rolling. Coolness. Yeah, yeah. See you, everybody. Have the amazing weekend now.